Alright, let's get back to the Z. We can't do this? Did we do it last time? Who knows? Yeah, what do we do with these? Are we accumulating these for some reason? I don't remember. I know that these are for the submarine, though. I suppose we don't need dollar. We have space in the hold. This guy wants devil bone dice or murder salt. We are full HP. We don't have any reports. Okay. And last time, I do believe we were told to go to the Chilonate, whatever that is, and we were told it was to the far east. Or to the east. Okay. Let's try, I guess. So, what's our equipment? So we have this clay thing, we have the engine. We have a lot of things. Bridge. What will go on the bridge? A light, a lamp. And we're saving for this one. The one that works, that doesn't make the enemy see you. Okay. I don't know this fuel to supply ratio here. I feel like we need a lot of fuel. A lot. Alright, let's go to hell and let's load up on fuel. But we can always buy a lot of torpedo components because if we don't, they use no cargo space. So even if we don't use them now, we can like use them later. I did not mean to do that. The F button is right next to the D button. The music is so good in this game. I don't usually even like this type of music. Guitar? I'm not even a guitar fan. We have a kid, okay? That's actually what I've been looking for, because there's like a way to... I've never done it, but well, not IRL or in-game, but there's like a way to it's like a way to make the kid your heir, and then you can give 2 inheritances instead of 1. It's very good. Well, we lost all our terror for some reason. Maybe having the kid wipes your terror. Yeah, my plan. We're gonna go to hell. We're gonna do this thing. We may go here. I'm not sure. But the plan is basically to go to hell and then go east. I suppose we should probably... we need to go all the way south, I think. Actually, no. The fact that we were told it's far to the east and not the northeast or southeast means that it's not going to be down here. It's going to be like somewhere in the 80% range, right? We don't actually need to go all the way down here, but... Either way, the point is we're going to go to hell, we're going to go through here, we're going to keep going here, and then when we get to the kind of edge of our vision, we're going to go up and down. You know, maybe I'm going to change my mind. Maybe what I said is not true. Maybe I'm just going to go up here. Maybe it's too scary to go all the way into the unknown. Ship is so fast now compared to the early days. What does this do? become sus. Secret ingredient is crime. Come back here. Oh yeah, a way to make money is to go kill the lifebergs. Literally just outranging them. That's 60. That was a profitable engagement. That is super scary. Republican Dreadnought. Super close. Alright, it's the Expulsus that's the bad one. Yeah, that's the RNG. Gesundheit Conspiracy. It's when it says Expulsus that you need to not touch the port report, because it will just irreversibly drain 1 iron. Horrible. Alright, we're gonna have oh, that's what we're gonna have. That's what we have cargo space for. So that's what it is. I don't want to fight this guy. I really don't want to fight this guy. The Dreadnought, the problem is that he has a weapon behind him. He has like an aft weapon. And we're gonna go to Visage again. Did I conclude that the bat just doesn't work? Unless you go into the air. I guess I never tried going into the air or whatever. I tried the other 2 alternatives, right? I keep getting thrown out. Alright, let's just choose randomly this time. What? I don't have a story? Am I too fast? I think so. I think I have a too fast engine. we don't get the something awaits you event. Hey, pirate poet. So maybe we downgrade our engine. We got those clay men to reduce our crew requirement, which I really like. To lower the supply consumption. They also give 250 engine power. So maybe we downgrade engines to the 1000 horsepower engine. We traveled this distance and there's nothing awaits us. Why is it taking so long? Is it random? Is it not like every minute or every 2 minutes? It's like a chance every minute that you get a gong, get a bell. Sunk cost fallacy at work right here. You know what? I think I could have fought the dreadnought actually. I think with this ship we have so much HP that we can fight the aft weapon, and we have DPS because we have the torpedo launcher. So the dreadnought's not going to live that long. Yeah, we could have fought it. Probably drop some good. I will maybe they drop some good loot. Wait a minute. The reason I wasn't getting any, I was like docked. And when you're docked, you do generate hunger, but you're not passing time, I guess. You know what? Since I was docked, there is no sunk cost fallacy here to speak of, right? Words are no longer needed. Well, now it's only 200. In the beginning, it gave us a low amount of gold, and it gave us more, and then now it gives us less again. Right. Go ashore. Bat is an ill omen. Visitor sends as a messenger or spy. Bat always dies. Okay. So I remember trying this one, and there's literally nothing you can do. Wait. End your performance. What? There's no way to go inside the ear? File under M for masked. Praise the literary. Steal the scrolls. Guess we steal. That's like a spy thing. More of a locust activity. What? Dude, Jesus Christ. I have no idea. I mean, it makes sense, right? Stealing is locust. I remember stealing when I was locust, and, you know, it did work, right? But it seems like all the options are bad when you're the bat. Gift for the Pirate King. Meeting with the Pirate King. What might one expect from Leopold, Pirate King of the Isle of Cats? A hulking grizzled presence with a crimson cat tattooed across his back, an oil-bearded wretch with a brace of pistols strapped to each hip, and eyes like wildfire, a giant-cheeked honey-seeker wasted from years of disillusion. He looks, as it turns out, more like a lawyer than a dissolute lord, though he's at least wearing a robe of patterned silk over his dark suit. Behind him, you see a wall of what I think are wine racks. On closer inspection, the racks hold bottle upon carefully labeled bottle of red honey. Captain's compliments, my king. Sari enters with a wine glass of thick honey. Behind them, Ziara drags in a stumbling prisoner. It is the sailor you stole from the Crimean Canal, only they do not seem to recognize you at all. Your patron offers the Pirate King the wine glass. King takes a sip, and the prisoner cries out as though his skin is being flayed from his bones. The spice sent the docks of Malacca. Leopold breathes before he is plucked away by the honey. He returns hours later, skin flushed and eyes bright. I'm very partial to memories of the Far East, very thoughtful of you. Bestows a humming, honey-soaked kiss on Isari's lips, and then Ziara's before holding out the vial to you. Okay, we'll take a sip. Prisoner gazes at the ceiling blankly with no sign of early distress. Each luscious drop coats your tongue like fire and longing. Someone screams, but it feels far away. You're consumed with the touch of a woman's hand in yours. You, in the memory, turn your face to the right, and there she is. And bang. You met her 3 weeks ago, serving drinks by the docks. Her father threatened to break your legs if you so much as looked at her, but you cannot help yourself. Hands are softer than anything you've ever imagined, dappled in warm sunlight. Her smile slices into you like a blade. Come back to yourself in a sudden rush. You are lying on the floor alone, your face wet with stolen tears. On the desk, a key to the cage gardens, which you slip into your pocket. A gold statuette of a tiger, with eyes of polished rubies. Something about the statuette makes you decidedly uneasy. Still, it would probably sell for a good price. Yeah, I will buy some overpriced fuel. We need to go. We'll visit the college, and then we'll go east and south. We need more mirrors. Oh yeah, we never speak to these guys. Fire supplies. It's best to do this in port. Oh, because then we can immediately buy more supplies. Like who it is. Once more. Hello? That was kind of weird. Supplies, and we don't need supplies. Stygian ivory. We don't really get any. That's not any fragments, really. It's Stygian ivory, though. May be useful somewhere. Like 5 Zailers dies for the corpse of Zebat. It's ill luck for a Zailer to kill a Zebat. One wins it, but in his hand it becomes a freshly cut surface flower. Those crowd in envy and greed. They fall on him, and there comes a great rending of white petals. More petals fall, obscuring the masts, the ship beneath, the false stars of the roof. It's very cold. You will have to set a fire. I am definitely not doing the transport clayman thing again. Didn't even pay that well. Right, so that's where we go, that's where we go. That means we go here, right? very insignificant. The other shroom. Oh yeah, the nightmare is all about the heart. Let's flee the nightmare. You succeeded. You now have one of the white and golds are watching you. Menaces. Organian suspicion. Oh. Maybe attacking those guys is pretty dumb. Other shroom. Fiendly core of this spore-haunted sea. The other shroom. Climb the fungal fiber ladders to its summit. Shaggy, suspicious villagers scratch a living here amidst endless clouds of spores and scurrying mobs of plant-animal hybrids. None of them ever leave. Monsters, one explains darkly. A sea full of monsters. Beginner's luck. Visit the village. And this one also requires something away to experiment with your strange catch. I'm going to try this one since it has like a special requirement. A mist of spores rises in the distance. What was it the old sailors say? Give a catch to the other shroom and you'll get, what was it? Luck? Life? Let's find out. I have a live specimen. Safely confined. Probably. Uh-oh, that's the same event. That's the same as the claimant thing. New growth. Within the hour, purple mycelium spreads throughout the flesh, colonizing your catch with a new vascular system. Another hour and the catch begins moving again. In the third hour, it starts rhyming. Before it begins composing couplets, you whack it in a jar and store it in your hold. Amazing. Great honey. Just happens to have this. Honey, a shroomer explains. Everyone wants honey. Life on the other shroom is unvarying and occasionally deadly poisonous. The shroomers are desperate for the diversion the prisoner's honey can bring, but vague about what they can pay in return. Supplies, though, at least. Blemigans aboard, no more than 0. Blemigans! The shroomers pile up slabs of sweet mauve shroom fresh. It's nourishing, although it does taste rather like muddy horse. They also generously throw in a blemigan, a whistling, eyeless, mobile fungus thing. Problems? Throw it in the sea. No room? Throw it in sea. Probably it swim, if not plenty of room in sea. Okay. Another intelligence. Villagers live a shabby but sufficient life. The other shroom provides. They are secretive, tested, and incurious. Ships rarely visit. Encourage your Blemigan Gallivanter to explore. It might feel a kinship with the place. It's certainly very mushroomy. Unaccustomed silence. Your ever-present Blemigan is, for once, nowhere to be seen. The engine room is quiet. Your maps are exactly as you left them. Not one is defaced or crumpled into a ball. Finally, you spot the tip of a tendril poking out from under the pile of unwashed clothing. Your blood again indicates that under no circumstances whatsoever will it be emerging. What could be so bad about the other shroom? Did the other mushrooms bully it? No, we haven't like discovered the other shroom. We didn't shine a light on it. Monkey. Oh, this is some nighttime music. The guy wanted to go here. Port Cecil. Rumpled convolutions of coral fill the water, glimmering with silvery light. The harder you look, the more you see shapes amid the chaos, almost as if they were sculpted. This one could be a crenellated castle. That one, a horse head. The neat little port huddles into the side of a coral island. Prosaic imperial docks and houses tucked away in baroque organic chaos. In that curious silvery light, among the frozen chaos of coral, the scene has the unreal air of a pencil sketch, crumpled and discarded. Up off the checkered character, he waits eagerly by the rail. He lifts his head to inhale. I can already smell the chess. Thank you. Farewell. He says neither of those things. He drops a sweaty bundle of banknotes on your hand and hears off up the hill, fingers twitching to begin a game. Game players, eh? Finally, our cargo bay is freed up. Chess. Chess is popular in the principles. The port is full of exiles, drunks, and washed-up Z-traders. They all play, often obsessively. Careful, the chess pieces are carved from scintillac here in the principles. Can be very dangerous. What? A disciplined success. Odd thoughts bubble up each time you touch a chess piece. This one longs for home. That one has a secret desire for revenge against the slayer of its rank mate. This will be a queen one day. Those would do better as metal. You taste the metal. You ignore these thoughts and move methodically to a victory over your opponent. He blinks. Checkmate? He asks helplessly. Win enough games and something else will occur. I guess they're harder each time. One more game. You don't know how long you've been playing. You won a match. Another. The rough coral tips of the chess pieces are smeared with blood. Yours, your opponent's. You've begun to realize that your moves recapitulate the movements of the powers of the Neath. Flukes and their shapelings. The bazaar that lurks in London. Mount Nomad. Prowls the sea. Salt Stone Storm. With every move you take, the shape of it becomes clear in your mind. Sharper. Checkmate, you say. One more game. Your first officer is tugging at your arm. Ignore them. You have chess to play. You gained secrets. A chancy game. Okay, so it's harder. Explore the coral knoll around Port Cecil. Sea laps dark around silvery coral, humps and columns rise from the coral, a bewildering maze. Go carefully. Someone has carved a sinuous shape. Auroral rapture. A light grows in the far southeast. It begins like a distant bonfire, but very rapidly becomes brighter and brighter. It looks remarkably like sunrise. Some of your crew fall to their knees, others duck behind cover or shield their eyes. One cries, "Dawn machine waking!" Um, Look around you, but not directly at the light. Is this gonna, like, petrify me or something? Is this gonna, like, insta-kill me? I'm paranoid. This 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 is so out of nowhere, but somehow this is telling me that there's a chance of instantly dying here. All right, let's look away. Safety in darkness. Light sheets over you, your hair crackles as if a storm were rising. You squint your eyes shut, but the radiance around you is bright enough to see the pink of your eyelids. The light fades suddenly. Men and women cry out, curses, one weeps. Okay. Gather intelligence. Port Cecil. Older inhabitants of Port Cecil carry coral encrustations like a disease, splotched with silvery light. They like to go up into the limestone heights behind the harbor, lay their heads against the pillars and towers, stare at the roof beneath, dream open-eyed. Sometimes to speak of things far away, the Khanate work, the smugglers' wars, the Fathom King's secrets. Perhaps it's not all invented. Put a Blemmingen ashore. Are you sure? Oh, we can get a chess piece. Wait. It's possible to drag it around. Overpriced fuel. Kinda overpriced supplies. Do we need this? Yes. A tomb colonist. Okay. Let's hit this island. A guy holding a rat. King guy holding a rat. Do not return, sender. The taciturn functionaries walk the docks. In the uniforms of postmen, an enormous crowned statue casts a chilling shadow. The shadow gleams with rats' eyes. Their ceaseless chittering rolls like the tide. Go to the postman's tavern. Ink blotter, it's called. The sign doesn't look like much. Warmer inside than it looks. The faces turn in your direction, but no one seems surprised to have a new arrival on the island. Lit by two roaring fires, one at either end of the room, the bartender is in a postman's uniform, like almost all the patrons. A noseless postal inspector called Blunt Thomas delivers the drinks, clears tables, stacks the firewood. Allow Clattery Air to offer her services. She could remove the call from a postal worker. It wouldn't be a worker anymore, of course. The call. Okay. The hairless postwoman won't hear of it. But you do get one taker. I miss London, he says, but I'm tired. The inside of my mouth tastes like stamp glue. Blunt Thomas gives you a bottle of rum and the use of the basement. No amenities, but I don't fancy cleaning the blood of a better floor. The patient takes off his uniform for the last time and lies on the cold floor. No spectator, says the Clattery Air harshly. Puts you out of the room. She comes out later with a scrap of skin from the patient's chest. The patient follows, whistling a tune from Mahogany Hall. I have no idea what this character is about. Go to the tavern. Listen in on postal tall tales. Fishermen bragging about fish that get away. Postmen brag about hard deliveries. Amazing what you get for a penny stamp. Delicate bottles lower down chimneys in a rope. Do not fold under any circumstance. Letters curled through a narrow slot. Rattling, groaning crates brought back to the same address every day for 22 days running. The windows they pried open. The servants they bribed. The delivery surcharges they paid out of their own salaries just to get rid of one more packet. Hard to tell which they hate more. Senders of mails or the recipients. Stands to reason, if the message was a welcome one, they'd tell the other fellow in person. Flex the hairless postwoman. Okay, so there's crazy dedicated postman cultists here. Ask why the local currency consists of rats. 2 strings of rats for a pint of ale, 3 strings for wine, 5 for the tolerable brandy under the bar. Scarcity is not an issue. The hairless postwoman at the end of the bar smiles mirthlessly, or maybe it's just the lack of eyebrows that does it. Long enough, carrying the things around, you get into the habit. And she tells you that if you stay out late enough, you'll see some of the postmen making a procession to the center of the island, stringing up rats around the statue like Yuletide decorations, a prayer to an ancient deity of this place. The coughing and choking elsewhere in the pub, you'd guess this is a story they often tell to newcomers. Ask why the hairless postwoman is hairless. Opa. No, he says. Kurt, not pleased, you asked. Still had eyebrows when I came to Nuncio. The postman at the next bench diverts you, speaks in a low voice. Lots of people find habits when they can't deliver the post anymore. This one has a plucking habit. Best not to notice. Glance up. The hairless postwoman is still glaring at you. Ask about the big statue in the center of the island. If there was a guidebook for visitors, it would have to be the first entry. The monumental postman. Oh, that. It's all about it, isn't it? Sort of the spirit of the island. Most of them don't seem troubled for more of an explanation than that. Well, the hairless postwoman tells you it didn't always look like a fallen London postman at all. He used to have a different face and a more old-fashioned outfit. This is all, riveting lore here. Can't wait for more. Ask how they all occupy themselves all day. There must be more than this. Dead letter office. Big building, center of town, hard to miss. You can work there too if you want. Not clear whether this is a generous offer or a threat. Right. Try a shift. The sign of a candle stamp over the door. Extensive tour. Blunt Thomas takes you around the office, a small collection room where those retrieving letters may state their business, a much larger set of back offices where the newly arrived letters and parcels are collected and sorted. Dank, briny smell that never goes away, presumably because so many of the parcels spend time in the water before they arrive here. The back room is a machine ratted by a postal rat. A rat is Faber in a pint-striped hat. It shovels sludge-damp letters into the machine's hopper, and they come out dried, cleaned, pressed and sorted into slots by size and quality of paper. Okay. Shift work in the dead letter office. One has various possible occupations here. None could be described as fast-paced. Make a study of what goes on in the back room. The machinery looks interesting. Finer distinctions. The postal rat is forever making improvements to the machine, making it more able to distinguish between similar types of package, more sensitive to the edge and significance of the contents. Current project requires encoding the entire content of the slow cakes exceptionals into a drum of punched metal. So the machine will be able to recognize correspondence to or from persons of note and send it onto its proper basket. Punch card, punch hole computer. An intriguing snippet. Converse with the postal rat. Altish. The postal rat has a pair of spectacles on and is re-lettering the front of a water-damaged envelope, working over the original letters with a tiny brush and ink pot. The repairs are likely to take most of the afternoon. I like to think of myself as being in the resurrection business, he says, stopping to look at you seriously for a minute. Where circumstance permits, taking the dead letters and making them alive again. Doesn't often work, but when it does, a miracle. Cultivating the friendship with the postman. Quality is going up. Oh, to do this you need more friendship. Key to the basement. End your shift. Explore along the beach. 50 going. The rocks slip and slither underfoot, but you keep your balance. Ooh, Blemigans. Collect material for the dead letter office. Right. Will of its own. You make your way along the shore with a big sack. Many of the envelopes are too damp to read, their addresses permanently lost, but a surprising number are still legible. There are also parcels. Here and there is a crate, a message in a wine bottle, sealed cast that's bobbed up out of a shipwreck. Your sack ought to get heavy with all these contents, but it pulls upwards and away, straining inland towards the dead letter office like an unmanageable dog. What? Supernatural? Study the odd currents here. Squinting guesswork. It's no use. A few hours of exploration and squinting out at sea and flinging shiny floats into the water produces no better understanding than before. Do it again. Do it again. On all sides. You make a complete circuit of the island. The whole shoreline is alike, all of it covered in debris, all of it washing steadily inland from every direction. Not the work of some directional current, it's more as though the whole undersea were draining into Nuncio. But of course, that force did not affect your ship when you came this way. It does not stop ships leaving. Evidently, it works only on post. Alright, let's do some work. Feed your undeliverable letters into the sorting machine. Gleaming hopper waits. 52 categories. After prolonged whirring, the machine begins to distribute. 7 invitations edged in gilt onto the correspondence of the aristocracy slot. 2 oversized parcels probably containing books into the books tray. 1 stamped bronze tablet drops with a clang into a bin marked First City. Bronze tablet, First City. So like Urtuk? The postal rat watched all of this with an air of satisfaction. Yeah, key to the basement. You've worked here for long enough now and you might need one. No trouble at all. He's surprised by the request. Most postmen don't like it down there. No one ever asks for a key, but he'll cut you a new one. Just be careful in there and come out if you start to feel wrong. It requires study. Requires something awaits you. Alright, we'll do that next time we get here. But yeah, that's some serious reading there. Seated in irons. Strange catch. Kind of obsession. A stoker approached you in the cabin. Captain, she says. Thing in the hold. It's dreaming about us. Means it's no good. No good at all. That thing in the hold. It's dreaming about us. Fine. It'll all be fine. On's heart is a long way to the northeast. Salt Steppes. This is the domain of the new Khanate, whose ancestors came here long before London fell. On's glory. London's rival. Onshart. Onshart, London's rival, an oasis of light in the salt black waste. Canals thread the painted city. Street lamps glow on water taxis putter. Seek a commercial license. Ghanaians dislike merchants and they dislike foreigners. Foreign merchants induce paroxysms of antipathy. Perhaps sufficient bribes will buy your way into Nephrite Quarter. Not here, surfacer. Surfacer, but the Carganians have been generations underground. To them, all Londoners are surfacers. Seems you'll need to go to Khan's Glory, the nearby palace of nobility, to seek a license. I'm in the tea house. Overpriced. I have one suspicion. Nope. Yeah, no more than 19s. Wonder the Khan's heart. Fuel at an outrageous price. Wonder. Lost. Foreigners are restricted to the Copper Quarter. As long as you don't try to cross the bridges, you can explore in reasonable safety. Lost light. Canals of the heart are lit by incandescent filament lamps in balls of glass in a multitude of colors. Ruby, sapphire, topaz, emerald by turns. Nothing else like it underneath or on the surface. You spend a happy quarter hour strolling the alleys of the Copper Quarter until an irritable workman sees you eyeing the bulbs and accuses you of plotting their theft. $50 for fuel, $50 for supplies. A for a story. Storytellers in a square of satyrs wear brightly colored kaftan-like clothing with silk sashes in contrast to the more sober and subterranean dress of the citizenry. Coin, even foreign coin, they'll sing epics of their nation's history. Fall of Karakorum. The last great Khan of the surface was corrupt and foolish and cowardly. How fortunate we are that the leopard clan overthrew his line. Long may the leopard endure. He sold the Khanate capital to the masters of the bazaar to satisfy his greed and escape battle. Karakorum fell, so it came below the earth, the long night of the Neath. 700 years ago, Karakorum stood where London now stands. Really? You feel eyes on you. A woman in white and gold uniform watches you closely. The loyalty service is suspicious of foreigners who want to learn Khaganian history. Gain suspicion. Vision of the surface. You can do it again. Gather a port report. Precious scraps. Rivalry between the Leopard and Eagle clans. The concerns about Chelonate raids. Some appalling gossip about the traitor empress back in London. Perhaps you shouldn't write that last one down. Move on quickly. The fellow in the corner is an informer's look. We're even more suspicious. Everything you do pisses these people off. Establish a spy. Seek intelligence. Wow. Oh yeah, we don't have a spy. But a Blemigan ashore. There are no laws specifically forbidding the seeding of Blemigans in Khan's heart. It's unlikely to make you popular, however. Maybe we should do that. Oh, that's a dock. Or that's an arch we can go under. Khan's Glory, a place of stately isolation. Here are the palaces of the Khan and his court, each a fortress to itself. Sleek lords and ladies in belted robes, breakfast on balconies. An unlikely antelope peeks at you from a park. Guns rotate easily on motorized gimbals. After a gift. The royal clan of the Khan himself has a notorious weakness for coffee. Okay. His court follows suit. Position for access to the Nephrite quarter. Trade license. Offer a gift to the Tieman, Drowning Pearl. That's probably something we can get from the Fathom King. That sounds like a very Fathom King kind of item. Plead your case with the Tieman. Tieman's mercy. Cruise past the clan palaces. Release Blemigan. Khan's Glory has a steely beauty, but the clan lords are ever suspicious of spies, and those gun emplacements are vigilant. And turn back. The Connacht gunboat passes the harbor mouth twice. An officer in a red and gold uniform scrutinizes you through a spyglass. But let's save it for another time. It doesn't actually consume it. Leopard to intercede with Timon. Timon's mercy no more than 9. Ask your Timon contact to intercede with the leopard so they can intercede both ways. You need favors, Timon, mercy. Okay, this is some advanced stuff here. Yeah, this is a huge place. We'll take a look at it some other time. Rust found. Neb. This is beautiful. Wait, there's no port? Ooh, one of those things. You can kill these now. Concentrate on replenishing supplies. Concentrate on gathering treasure. Let's get treasure. Fabric. Yeah, we're running low on supplies. Kinda scary. Yeah, there's no pirates here. No free supply delivery from enemy boats. Be closer to the middle of the map. North and south is just sea monsters. First found. Towers and ramps and galleries and stairs of ice, raised and spun like an architect's honey dream. No spider ever wove so complex a web. The towers are utterly pristine, untouched by human life, but a pitiable encampment squats by the dock. Take tea with the squatters at the dock. Some of them wear robes of Arimi riddlefishers, some look like withern folk, but even more ragged, but they do seem like a little more practical than either of those peoples. Surprisingly warm welcome. Ah, supplies, good. Surprisingly warm welcome. We're keeping the steps for the game of truths, a helpful riddlefisher explained. She fills up your cup for the third time. Every year, the people of Irem and Wither meet here for contests. I think this is vaguely. The difference between a question and a riddle. One day, someone will prove themselves enough to enter the castle. You spend a pleasant few hours while the tea is supplemented with Iremi liquors and pale withern beer and something the riddlefish described blandly as snake cake. Offer you fuel and supplies before you leave. We keep enough to spare. The riddlefisher grins. From time to time, the captain gets lost up and comes up here, and we always feel bad for them. Great report. Not all are Urimi or Withern. There's the odd researcher, the occasional deranged ice sculptor, now and then a very cold, very sad, rubbery man. But for the most part, an atmosphere of friendly rivalry reigns. Shop. And Shadow, the shitty that swam. Long ago, the Khanate turned its back on its warrior traditions. There's no place for pirates and would-be nomads. So here, in the Shadow, the exiles make their home in 100 wrecked, grounded, decommissioned ships. I hear Longshank's gonna go ashore. I'm no more good to you, Captain. I've got the scent of freedom now, and I'm ready for the broken ship. City of broken ships. Alright, sure. Profitable parting. We've got a confession to make. I've been moonlighting on the old trade, not aboard ship. I'd never steal from a shipmate, Captain, I swear. Winks. A port here, a port there. Here's some of my hole, thank you. She hands you a collection of clinking objects wrapped in cloth. There's a bundle, and whistling hurdles the rail to land on a rusting coal barge. She's gone. And some drowning pearls. Acquire a doomed monster hunter. Okay. Lemming ashore. Port report. Conniving, debauching, speechifying, drinking, singing, speeching, poting, now and then a drunken duel. Very occasionally, a savage ritual murder. Have a one-eyed scrimshander carve something from your hunting trophies. Tools are laid before him in a neat row. Trade a hunting trophy for 4 watchful curious. Okay. He runs his knobbled fingers over the trophy, clicks his tongue. Good bone. He grinds, he chips, he engraves. He mutters in a half-dozen language of the Presbyteriate. Soon 4 little blocky figures of bone stand in a row before him. Their eyes are white and angry. Saw these in the Elder Continent once. Still do when I sleep, or when my mind wanders. He drops them into your palm. No charge. If they start watching you, maybe they'll stop watching me. I wonder if that's relevant for the Adam's Way port. We can trade this somehow. Ivory is... It's cheap to buy here. And also Creative Human Souls is the same price or cheaper? I don't know. A mirror catch box full of very angry dream snakes. Fuel? It's not that expensive. We can buy outlandish artifacts and sell them. Mirror catch box. Empty. Do you think if we can go to the surface in the Crimean Canal, we can take mirror catch box up to the surface and get captured sunlight? You think that's how that's produced? This can be moved to our descendant. Give them a head start. I think we should do that. Mile breaker. This frankly sinister device reduces the amount of fuel that an engine uses. It also really frightens the crew, apparently. Apparently that's necessary. It equips to aft, which we don't have. But yeah, we can buy what we lack. We're on an epic expedition here, okay? How do I run out of room? Ivory. Too bad. Yeah, that's just port to sea still. Yeah, it's really working out. The torpedo launcher and the weapon and the fast engine speed, it's just letting us kill all the sea monsters easily. Speaking of, I would really appreciate an enemy right now. Speaking of, there it is. It's all about hitting them when they get the red exclamation marks above themselves. Because that's when he's ready to charge. If you just strike him at that time, then you basically prevent him from closing the distance. The utter shroom. Please don't aggro me. We don't need to. We don't need to be enemies, come on. Oh, maybe we should be. Maybe we really should be. For terror reasons. Oh God, please, yes. Yes, flee the nightmare. Hard to leave, I failed. The eye's attraction is magnetic, gravitic, compelling. You fall into a dreaming, eager reverie. To be known, but waking rescues you for now. Did you lose a lot? Did you make it? Oh, this is a really far light ship. Maybe there's something in this light ship. Maybe this is gonna be the light ship where something of value actually is found. Opium. Purchase fuel at a pretty high price. Put a Blemigan. Unlikely to flirt, but you'll have done your duty. Speak to the crew. Alright. Z story. Oh, it's something. I guess it adds to my submarine. Yeah, we'll buy some fuel. And some fuel. And some fuel. And some fuel. And put the Blemigan aboard a ship. Oil and light. The Blemigan scampers off into the innards of the ship, warm but steely quiet. Steely quiet but brightly lit. Surely it lived a lonely, unfruitful life. Oh no, 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 no! You heard about you. You're Captain Mushroom. You, Captain Mushroom, can turn right around and get back on your ship. Oh, okay. No longer welcome. Okay. So, we found out what happens if you put a mushroom on the ship. They never want to see you again. I'm glad I tried it on this irrelevant port here. Here's the death wind. Arches the Mirrored City. Approach the Empire of Hands. Ah, the terror is really bad. This could be the end of the run. It's possible. Fuck, dude. Why did I do this? We can dive into the unknown, or we can panic home. It's so tempting to do this, but it's so stupid. We just gotta fly home. Too spicy. Hopefully we encounter some enemies. Enemy, please. We're just gonna fucking die, dude. Oh. Alright, we'll visit the Godfall. Alright, if I give them a trophy, what do I get? Z story? Ah, you get Z stories. And you get a distant shore. Actually, should we just give them all our trophies? This can be used for our submarine. Alright. I'm happy with that, right? I am really worried though about running out of supplies. I need to run the lamp in order to not die to terror. If I can get to here, we're gonna make it, because here there's like all kinds of enemies to kill. Enemy. Perfect. Let's deliver the long box or whatever. Make delivery. Up a twisting staircase. There's a great deal of grumbling from the crew. There's a sharp edge and wet. The box is heavy and contents inclined to shift. After a few slips and a bad bruise to the shin, you resort to placing crew members along the stairs and handing the box along. There's a warehouse at the top of the stairs, but it's not apparently your destination. Another signpost along the narrow path towards the building with the spire deliveries. It says more aggressively this time. Someone in the spire building is singing. The song sets your teeth on edge. Oh, please don't give me terror. Break into the warehouse and leave the box there. The sign says delivery. It doesn't mean that the deliveries are obliged to comply. Was it worth it? The lock is made out of thick heavy metal and bitter cold to the touch. Sometime you think you might fail if the mechanism is actually frozen solid, but just when you think your pick is about to snap, the lock gives away. But it does not that it does you any good. The warehouse is so full already that when you open the door, the box falls out. A box falls out, glass shattering within. Pale silver liquid leaks around your feet and runs in rivulets over the stone of the path. A moment later it sets up, hard and fast as frost. Smooth and copper export, says the stenciling on the box. Doesn't do anything. Your Surrounded by the evidence of your attempted laziness. So it might look to others like attempted larceny. Alright, let's try to hide it. No one needs to know. Shards of silver. Disposing of the box is not too difficult. It makes a splash, chucked into the water, and there is a bubbling gleam from the depths, though more of the silver liquid is leaking out. But soon enough, box and bubbles are out of sight. Warehouse door opens too, with enough effort, and even you manage to get the lock locked again. A more difficult task than unlocking it in the first place. It is the congealed metal on the ground that gives you trouble. It's very cold, very hard, and is frozen in thin, ragged slivers that threaten to cut your hands when you try to pry it up. It is brittle though, and you're able to smash it into flakes and pull the flakes away, at least. At last you have done, and the scene looks no different than when you began. Only when all that is done, do you send someone up to the steepled building to ask for help. Play stevedoers. Not much later, you are standing in the mist watching a parade of claymen. They hoist the boxes on their shoulders and march away, surprisingly quiet towards the building with the steeple. A stare Oculite leads them, her lamp swinging on a chain. Follow her because you haven't been paid. Follow because you're curious. Follow because the singing has got into your bones. Cargo. One of the claymen stumbles and his box slips from his shoulder. There is a sound as though a sleeper's head inside what? A sleeper's head inside had thumped against the lid, but no one wakes and the box is soon back in position. The austere acolyte directs the arrangement of the long box in the room under the steeple. There are many other boxes there already, stacked in rows, 3 or 4 times as many as you brought. In another corner of the room is a pile of wood from previous boxes already emptied and dismantled. Thinking to herself about a mountain upholstered in velvet, she takes a crowbar to the box. The corpse inside is permanently dead in a way that the dead of London often are not. Not a drowning, not a tomb colonist, but not coming back either. It looks pale and ordinary except for the slight distension of the skin over the breastbone. Gently the acolyte presses there and nods, singing about tulips embroidered with yellow floss. Lifts the body onto a marble slab without pause in her legs. She prepares a scalpel. Your presence does not seem to bother her. Watch with medical interest. Metal and metal. The austere acolyte extracts deftly with very little blood a heart-sized sphere of silver grey metal. But your keenest observation, you cannot work out how the sphere grew there or what it's for. With a giant nutcracker, she cracks the sphere, and another sphere inside that, and another. Finally, in the center, she comes to something heavy, small and black. She lifts it out with tongs and looks at it through her goggles. The song falters, but she manages to keep humming. The words are lost. Puts the black and heavy thong into a jar marked with the word of the correspondent. She closes the jar and seals it with red wax. Finally, when the corpse is removed again and the marble slab wiped clean, she comes to pay you. Thank you, she said. Return another day. I may have something else for you. A secret. Something for the smith. Matter for weapon. Smithy is a long, low building that you missed on your first survey of the island. The blacksmith works. It proves entirely in arc metal, though it's so hard and cruel that it wears out its tools quickly. Nothing like it for weaponry. There's more damage than any ordinary steel, and a little bit of the shrapnel will give you trouble to the end of your days. Arc metal. Turn later. Okay. This does not help our terror situation. Hope we find an enemy. Ow. I guess the Abbey Rock can help our terror go down. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I'm pretty sure we've made it now. Pretty sure we're not gonna... the run's not gonna end. Oh yeah, they actually don't have anything to give me. But it'll be fine. We're gonna go to Guider's Morn and we'll fight a couple of pirates on the way. Hopefully we find some pirates. Maybe this would give me terror. I can't risk it. Ugh. Yeah, we're safe now. Yeah. We did not achieve our goal of finding the Chelonate or whatever, but we did do a big amount of exploration. Wonder if we earned money. We spent a lot of money on overpriced fuel and supplies out there. Breath of Relief. We got a nightmare increase. Messages. Complete those. I have a kid now. We'll have the kid call me Captain. Is he even your kid, whether blood or adopted? Perhaps he's just a wary of affection. In any case, a small, warm, apprehensive, affectionate creature. Treat it gently. visit your child at your lodgings when you get a free evening. You always get a free evening when you return to London. There's one now. What? Time with your family. You've lost the thing. Right. And give your child a pet. Sure, surely it's safe, right? The papers. A shrine to stone? Let's pass on some money. Let's rest. We always need the restful night so we can fight off nightmare. Alright. Little present, we're gonna get supplies. Let's not sell these yet. Intriguing snippet. Ooh, zesty, zesty. This one will do very well shared. Thank you, your payment. The Admiral. Speak of moves in the great game. That's like 60, right? What about the rose? A bespectacled visitor will pay to learn moves in the great game. Curious. You breathe against the glass of a display cabinet, and the respectable visitor scribbles down the words you trace into the condensation. Candlelight flashes in his dark glass. He tucks the note into his breast pocket. Understood. Thank you. He sits a heavy purse on the cabinet and leaves without another word. Alright, port reports. Port Cecil. No idea why I have no idea why anyone thought the settlement was a good idea. 30 and fuel, so 40. Godfall. 30 and 10, so 40. Abbey Rock. 20, that's 30. Now, that's nothing. Ooh, that's a lot. 85. Been to the salt steps, eh? As this kind of material is always of interest. How a nation could be so barbarian and so decadent at once is beyond me, but they're terribly dangerous. Maybe this is just the first time you go here. If that's every time, that's really good. The Utter Shroom. Spend time in Mycelegia? Dear me, I'm most terribly sorry. 60. Iron Republic. 20. Mangrove. That's 60. That's really good. Island of Cats. That's 40. Polythreme. That's 60. It's really good. Visage. That's 50. 50. Is this beautiful as they say? I doubt it. Poets are notorious liars, but liars make bad poets. Paradox, isn't it? Never mind. Your report. Fathom King. 40. On Shadow. Report submitted. Other officials gather around to hear your tales of bloodshed and debauchery and the jokes about the Khan that the Shadow produces so efficiently and so entertainingly. One about the Khan and the donkey produces a roar of patriotic laughter and encourages the deputy recorder to unlock the departmental drinks cabinet. You lose terror. Interesting. Well, I mean, that's worth 5, right? Kind of. I mean, not quite, because when your terror is high, you lose more terror. Whenever you kill an enemy, the terror amount is multiplied by 0.9. So it's the late terror that you pay by lighting the lamp, right? You prevent 5 terror when you're in the like set. When you have more than 60 terror, you you light the lamp. Then I suppose the early terror really does have the same value because you just delay. Oh no, but you encounter enemies along the way before your terror is like close to maxing out. So yeah, the early terror relief is not as valuable as terror relief. Your terror is already high. Oh. Okay, so it's not quite worth a fuel. Quaker's Haven. Alright. We did make money. So that's good. Have a lot of fuel. We honestly should probably load up on supplies. Oh, we're not even done making money. We can sell the ivory. And the sapphire. And the honey. And the silk. Got even more money. Oh yeah, and we gotta buy torpedoes. Yeah, we did make money though. Oh wait, we certainly don't need the better engine. This is the best. This is the engine you need. This one or this one? With the Men of Clay. Oh, they gave iron plus 5 too? I didn't know that. They're so good. On my next character, if I die, I'm gonna go and find the polythreme town. Like the port. I'm gonna try to find this really early. Because this thing is really good. Yeah. I guess we buy like 15 supplies. Then we go to hell and we stock up. We get like 26 fuel. We're gonna have like 13 supplies and 26 fuel at the time we depart from hell. That's gonna be a good supply. Yeah, we're ahead. And I think that's it for me now, because it is very late now. We have 10 Z stories. So 5 more, and we can buy a submarine using nothing but Z stories. Oh yeah, and we should do, if I remember next time, I'm gonna talk to the officers. I'm gonna leave London, and I'm just gonna talk to officers and advance some story plots, I think. You know, maybe I've been missing out. Maybe talking to the officers is something you should do really early in the game. Maybe they give you like quests that pay big. But yeah, this game is really good.